guys, MCA here. I recently posted a video and showing some of the patterns behind the hoppers, the broken and unbroken hoppers, and we're going to try to use that knowledge to create a unbreakable item sorting machine that when you reload the chunk it doesn't break it. So you can see the patterns in these rows. Some of them are better than others, so if you had that knowledge somehow you could choose where to place it, but without knowing how to figure that out, I'm going to have to pick a random spot and we'll see if we can fix it from there. So I'm not going to use one of those rows, I'm just going to pick a spot out here in the middle and we'll start from here and see what happens. So, oops, I need to make that a chest. So we're going to start here, and then we need a long row of hoppers pointing the other direction. So let's go down here a ways. I don't know how many items I'm going to do, but let's see how this works. Oops. So we're just going to make a real long row of hoppers, and I need to change that one. And then we're going to put some blocks behind here, and then we're going to put comparators on top of these, and we're going to figure out which of these hoppers are working and which are not. So this will be the end of the machine unless I decide to go further. Oops, comparator. Alright, so let's put comparators coming out to the back of all these hoppers. Alright, so now I need to save and reload the game, and we'll see which ones are working. Alright, I've saved and reloaded, so now these all these hoppers should be at their default state. So let's see what happens when we throw some items in here. So you can see there's a pattern emerging where we've got three. I imagine that this would continue. This would be a break. And I don't know what would happen, but anyway, let's go ahead and use this area right here, because this seems to be a pretty dense area. Throw that back in there again. So this should work well for what we want to do. So we're going to use from here to here as the items that we're going to sort, and then in between here we're not going to have any sorting going on because those don't work. So that should be it, and then we're going to stop it here, and we're going to change that to down, and then we can get rid of these, and we can put our chest on top of that one. So now, before I get too excited, I'm going to save and reload again and make sure that we still have the same behavior. Alright, so throw that in there. That's what I want to see. All the ones that I have open or with blocks behind them are working. So now, the next row down is going to be hoppers pointing into the wool blocks. They can point the other way, it doesn't really matter, but now we need to make our whatever you call it, drawing a blank. We're going to build the item sorting machine, I guess. Alright, so what we do is we have comparators coming off the top row. Actually, no, I need to do that one down, don't I? Yep. I need to move this down Alright. I knew that was wrong. That's what I was... So I should have built that one higher, but oh well, that's okay. So this is where the comparators need to be now. So let me redo all these. I guess I could have done this on the other side. That might have made more sense. So sorry about that, but we are where we're at. Gonna have to go underground a little bit. So get rid of this. Alright, now comparators all along here. And then dust is going to be on top of these blocks here. So now under here are going to be repeaters. Probably would have been easier if I had, yeah, go ahead and do it this way. Put that back in a second. It's hard to put those in when you're standing from the side. Alright, so let's put this back and then put the dust back on top. Okay, so far so good. Now I need to take out these rows. Put wool along this row, and then there's going to be torches on the face of these. So go ahead and take this out. And put torches on the face, and this is going to lock the other hoppers that I have to still install that go into the chest. So take this out, and then there's going to be chests right here, I guess. So why I should have done it one higher, but that's okay. So we're going to have chests along there. I need both trapped and regular chests since we are side by side. So we're going to have a, let's see, how do I want to do this? I should have left those blocks in there. Let's do it this way. Put a chest here. Doesn't really matter which you use as long as you alternate them. And then I need to put the hoppers going into these chests. So, like so. Okay, so, whoops, what happened there? Completely skipped that. Okay, there we go, and then this will be the miscellaneous items, I guess, which we shouldn't, well, potentially we could have some. Let's run that out to the side a little bit. Okay, now we have 9 items that we're going to sort for, since that's just when I decided to quit. If you went more, you'd have to follow that pattern, and you'd have a bigger gap on either side. So let's go ahead and use the colored wool as our 9 items. Okay, so now if I let's see, there's cobblestone in there. Okay, so if I put that's locked. Okay, so if I put an item, a stack of items in here, it should show up right here, which is exactly what I want. So this one is working, quote unquote. So we're going to go ahead and build that out to the proper 2 redstone level. If I add one more item to the hopper, the comparator will output a signal strength of 2, which will trip the repeater and the torch to allow the extra items to drop through. If you keep it to 18, 19, 20, 22 items or less, it will stay locked and items will stay in there. So now the next item, you don't have to do it this way, but let's see if it works. So it shows up there. That's exactly what we want. So go ahead and run that out and then build this up to 18. And then I'll just go ahead and do the rest of these like so. And then like so. If you put more than, if you put too many items in, it will trip the adjacent redstone torch and it will let items out of the previous one. So you got to be careful when you're loading this up that you don't put a full stack in these hoppers, because it will start draining items from the other one since they're connected. If you add too many, it would output a strength of 3, which will go over to here and trip the other one. So you want to make sure you keep it between under 3 and above 2, or below 20, or yeah, I'm not sure what the next level of is. If 22 is the one we want, it's probably like 40 or something. Alright, getting closer here. And finally the red. Okay, now I think that is it. So theoretically, if I throw all the wool in here, it should all get sorted to the proper chest. That should be step 1. So give it a second to get through all the items. What we don't want is anything to show up in that miscellaneous chest. That would be bad. So it's going to take a minute to go through all these. So I'll go ahead and speed this up. I should have reduced the amount of items, so stand by. Alright, so let's see if this worked. Cross your fingers. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. Looks like we've done it. The real test will be if we log and relog, or log out and relog. Get rid of that cobblestone there. And make sure it works more than once. So save and quit. Alright, so we've loaded and reloaded, and we're going to throw a bunch of items in the chest there, and we'll see if it sorts them properly. So I'm just going to grab 5 or so of each one, and we'll throw a few miscellaneous items in as well and see if those get sorted properly. So let's throw those in. I'll throw a few bit more in there. I think I did blue, didn't I? So that should be enough to prove whether it's working or not. So we should get some miscellaneous items in here, but they should be only the ones that are not being sorted for. So far, so good. Looks like should be pretty close to being done. Everything's in the proper chest. And all the miscellaneous ones are in the miscellaneous chest, so that theoretically, correct me if I'm wrong, but that should be a reloading proof hopper sorting machine. And I got lucky in this placement here as far as this pattern goes. So if you didn't get a beneficial pattern when you're first setting it up, you could try it in a different location before you get all committed, and it wouldn't be so bad. So there you go. Hopefully that solves the problem. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.